What's the most unforgettable thing your mom did for you? I never knew my quiet mom was secretly terrifying until I came home with a black eye on my first day of middle school. When she saw my face, she dropped her knife with a clang that made me jump, but she didn't scream or cry. She just grabbed frozen peas, pressed them to my eye, and asked in this ice-cold voice, "Who exactly did this to you?" Her eyes looked different, almost dangerous. 3 eighth graders, I whispered. The big one punched me when I wouldn't pay their hallway tax. My voice broke. They took Grandma's birthday money and said tomorrow they want double. Mom didn't say a word. She just nodded, like she was making a decision in her head. That night, I heard her on the phone, talking so quietly I couldn't hear what she said, but she was writing something down. Next morning, I woke up to Mom standing over me, not in her normal t-shirt, but in her power suit with the red blazer. "We're leaving early," she said, already grabbing her keys, "and bring your phone." When we pulled up to school, the parking lot was practically empty. My stomach twisted into knots when Mom marched me straight to Principal Peterson's office without even knocking. He looked up from his coffee, annoyed at first, until Mom slapped down a manila folder I'd never seen before. "My son was assaulted and robbed yesterday," she said, her voice scary calm. "And I've already made 2 calls this morning you should know about." Peterson started to say something about boys will be boys, but Mom cut him off by opening the folder. Inside were printouts of the 3 boys' Instagram accounts with certain posts circled in red marker. First call was to Officer Martinez, my brother. She pulled out her phone, showing text from someone with a police badge profile picture. Second call was to Channel 8 News, where my college roommate works. She turned her screen toward Peterson, showing an email reply that made his face drain of color. "Now we can handle this quietly, or I can make sure everyone knows exactly what kind of school you're running." 20 minutes later, we were reviewing security footage, and Mom was writing everything down in precise detail, including timestamps. When Peterson identified the ringleader as the superintendent's nephew, Mom just smiled and said, "Perfect. That explains the second part of my plan." In the hallway, I finally found my courage. "Mom, what's actually happening?" My voice cracked again. She knelt down, eye level with me. "What's happening is they picked the wrong kid to mess with." She straightened my collar. "Nobody hurts my child. Nobody." By lunch, all 3 boys were called to the office. By dismissal, they were standing in front of me, handing back my money with shaking hands while the superintendent himself watched, looking furious. But here's the twist nobody saw coming. 2 weeks later, the biggest bully approached me in the cafeteria. Everyone went silent, expecting trouble. Instead, he mumbled, "My dad got fired from his coaching job because of what happened." Then he looked at me different. "Your mom's hardcore. My parents just yelled at each other." That night, I told Mom what he said. She put down her book and said something I'll never forget. "Sometimes the kids who hurt others are the ones nobody's protecting." Then she added with a small smile, "But that doesn't mean I wouldn't destroy anyone who touches you again." 3 years later, I caught that same bully looking out for smaller kids in the hallway. When I asked him why, he just shrugged and said, "Your mom scared me straight, man." And now whenever anyone asks where I got my confidence from, I just say, "My mom, she taught me that standing up for people isn't just about being loud, it's about being strategic." What about you? Did your mom ever go nuclear to protect you?